Howdy YouTube. It's been about several weeks since I posted on my last video, and I'll get into the reasons why later on, but I just thought I'd give you an update of how things are going. I got the solar panel controllers put in. The solar panels are back over here and they're running through the wires here, and they go up to the solar controller here, and the solar controller's showing the all happy battery face and all that. And the batteries are still back to 6 volt AGM batteries wired in to produce 12. They're in series to produce 12 volts. And I've tried the system out a couple of times on some various projects. I'm a school teacher. So getting back to that project that I've tried the solar panels out on, for one of them, I teach 5th grade science, and one of our end of the year projects is to build water bottle rockets out of the 2-liter Coke bottles. And so I built the launcher, and the kids built their rockets, and we launched the rockets. Well, you have to pump the rockets up with air, and you can use a bicycle pump, a foot pump, that kind of thing. Well, I used an electric pump. And the cool thing was, this year I was able to pull the truck out to the launch site, hook up the solar panels to charge up the batteries, hook up the electric pump to the batteries to run off the batteries. The kids got to actually see the solar panels working, to see the meters working, to see all the sun energy charging up the batteries, and then we were using that energy to fire off, to create the air, to compress the air, to launch the rockets. And so we did that without using any fossil fuels or anything like that. It was a neat tie-in lesson for my kids. It didn't hold their interest very long. Once they saw it, it was like, it's okay. It's not really overly exciting to them. To me, it's a big deal. But you know, I wasn't raised with solar panels and biofuels and all that. As far as getting back to our plans here, in about 2 weeks, be June the 17th, we're going to be leaving here and heading east towards Vicksburg. We're going to take in some Civil War history and some Southern history. I'm from the Mississippi area myself. And we'll probably visit a cemetery of my ancestors. And then we'll move over to Pensacola, Florida for a few days, enjoy the Gulf Coast down there. And then we're going to go to Daytona Beach. I've always wanted to go to that racetrack. Never been to Daytona International Speedway. Watched lots of races from there on TV, but never been there. So we're going to go take a tour there. Then we're going to move up to Atlanta area for a week and soak in some culture over there. Then we're going to move another week over to Virginia Beach. And oops, sorry about that. Got bugs bugging my legs here. And we're going to hang out at Virginia Beach around July 4th week. Then we're going to move over to Pigeon Forge area, Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And then we're going to go to, and we'll be there for about a week in Tennessee. And then we'll go up to Allentown, Pennsylvania, and soak up some northern culture up that direction, Poconos. And we're going to visit New York City and do all that kind of stuff. And then after that week, then we'll start trickling back towards our part of the country and probably wind up back in our area towards the end of July, 1st of August, something like that. But the cool thing is, with all the electrical choices that this truck has, we're not necessarily tied into a power port somewhere. So we can boondock wherever we need to. We can stop on the side of the road. We can stop anywhere we need to. And it's going to be a cool excursion. We are not going to carry the solar panels on this trip because most of the places that we're going to stay at have shore power, and we have a battery charger that we can plug in if we need to recharge the batteries. So we're not going to do it on this trip. Still haven't made it out to the Gulf Coast boondocking. I've always wanted to go boondocking out on the beach, on the coast. We'll probably do Crystal Beach. There's a possibility we'll jump in for one, and maybe next week for a few days. I don't know. I'd sure like to. the Gulf Coast. We keep getting pictures from that on our Facebook feed, and it really does look like we need to be there. So I haven't been to the beach, I guess, since around spring break. So kind of miss it anyway. But I've got a few little tweaks to do to the truck, and we're also considering the possibility of buying a van after this trip. It's too soon, it's too close to this trip to buy another vehicle and try to change things around. We're going to go with what we've got, and I'll show you how we're packing it all up probably in the next video or two. Anyway, it's good to be over the school year. It's good to be back in the groove. Doing a little bit of house cleaning here in my shop. It's a mess around here. It's kind of slowing me down on getting projects done, but it's good to be back, and we're going to power forward now. It's go time. Thank you for watching. If you're interested in what I'm doing, please post a comment. If you want to know something, I'll be glad to share the information with you. Please like the video, subscribe, share, do all that kind of stuff. I'm not making any money. I'm not monetizing anything. I just like sharing information. I also I'm a teacher. I like showing people what I'm doing. So thank you for watching. Have a good day.